This is not just the story of a king, it is the story of a curse that started even before the king was born. You see, when Oba Chika's mother was young, she went to the shrine of the river goddess to ask for a child. The goddess gave her a warning: Woman, you shall bear a son. He will be strong, and the nation will bow before him. But hear me well: if he never fails to know the truth of his birth, his heart will be blind, and shame will cover your lineage. The woman promised to tell her son the truth, but when the child was born and grew into a man, she kept the secret locked inside her chest. She feared he would hate her if he ever found out. Obachika grew tall and handsome. He had the strength of a lion and the wisdom of an elder. When his father died, the throne passed to him, and the kingdom rejoiced. Yet, as he ruled, his heart was restless. He felt something was missing. One day, a new woman appeared in the palace. She was brought in by traders from a faraway land. Her beauty was like the morning sun, and her heart carried secrets too heavy for words. The moment Oba Chika saw her, his spirit leaped. He saw before his council, this woman shall be my queen. The drums of the land beat loud, the people danced, and the palace prepared for a wedding. But the old woman of the kingdom whispered. They looked at the woman closely, and some shook their heads. She looked too familiar, too much like someone they once knew. The truth, hiding for many years, was about to return like a storm. The wedding day came. The palace was full of music. The talking drums beat, and the dancers shook their bodies like leaves in the wind. People shouted, Long live the king! Long live our new queen! Obicheka smiled, his crown shining under the sun. The woman sits beside him, dressed in white clothes. Her beauty made the men jealous, and the woman covered her face in shame. But in the corner of the palace, Obachika's mother sits gently, her hands, her eyes did not blink. She know the woman sitting beside her son. She know her very well. For that woman was herself. Years ago, she had been carried away by raiders during a war. She was taken far away and sold into slaves. Everyone thought she had died, but she survived, and now, many years later, she had returned to her own son, yet he did not know she was his mother. Her heart wanted to speak, but fear chained her tongue. She remembered the goddess warning: if he does not know the truth, his heart will be blind. So she sits there, watching her son marry his own mother. The first night came. Obachika entered his chamber with his new bride. The moonlight followed them, but the moon refused to shine bright. Inside, the woman looked at him with eyes full of sorrow. She whispered to herself, What cause is this? What shame have I walked into? But the king did not see the sorrow. His heart was already blind. Days turned into weeks. The new queen walked through the palace, but she did not laugh. She did not dance. She did not eat well. The servant whispered, Our queen is not happy. The elders of the land began to feel uneasy. Some said the king has broken a secret law of the ancestors. Some said the gods would not sleep if this marriage continued. Then one night, the river goddess appeared in Obachika's dream. Her voice was like thunder over water. Obichika, you sit on the throne of men, yet you lie in the bed of your own blood. The curse is awake. Your pride has blinded you. Before the next moon, your kingdom will know sorrow. Obachika wake up sweating. His heart shook like a drum in the hands of a child. He looked at his queen, and for the first time, he saw the truth in her face. He cried out, "Who are you?" The woman fell to her knees, tears wetting the floor. "I'm the mother you lost. I'm the woman you carried in her womb. The goddess warned me to tell you, but I feared your anger. Now the curse has caught us both." The candle scream shook the palace wall. The candle scream, the palace like the cry of a wounded lion. Guard rushed into his chamber, holding sprays. They saw their king on the floor, his hand shaking, his eyes wide with horror. But when they looked at the queen, she sat gently, her tears. The guide were confessed. They dared not ask questions, for in the palace of kings, silence is safe than speech. The king pushed them away. "Leave us, leave me with this woman." The guys bowed and left. True whispered already become among them. Obichika turned to the queen, his mother. His chest rose and fell like the sea. His voice cracked. "You mean you are my mother? You carried me in your womb." The woman covered her face. "Yes, my son. I was taken away when you were young. I thought I would never see you again. When I returned, I saw you on the throne. I wanted to tell you, but you looked at me with the eyes of a man in love, not the eyes of a son. I was weak. I was afraid. I kept silent." Silence covered the room. Even the king stood. He put at his crown and threw it on the floor. "The goddess has caused us. My own blood has become my shame. My mother has become my wife. What shall I do? How can shall I face my people?" The queen's tears fell like rain. "Forgive me, my son. Forgive me." But forgiveness could not heal the wound that has opened. The people whispered become louder than the king's authority. Whenever Obishikas warned, his faith eyes burned into him. Mother and pointed fingers and pulled their children away. When he passed, market women no longer greeted him. Even the drums, who once praised his name, now refused to beat their drums. The shame was heavy. At night, a king could not sleep. His mother, the woman who was now his queen, cried gently in her chamber. The palace, one full of laughter and music, had turned into a grave. The elders returned to the great Iroko tree. This time, the whole village gathered. The oldest elder, has back beat like a bow, spoke with a shaking voice. "People of the land, we cannot close our eyes to what has happened. Our king has married his own mother. The gods are angry and the land is already suffering. If we do not do anything, death will cover us like a blanket." The crowd shouted, "True word, true words." Another elder raised his staff. "There is only one way the gods demand sacrifice. A life must be taken to wash away the shame. If we keep silent, the curse will destroy us all." The people looked at one another. Some said the queen must die. Some said the king must step down. Others cried that both must be punished. The sound of their voice rose like thunder. The next morning, the elders led the king and the queen to the shrine of the great oracle. The shrine stood by the river. It was decorated with red and white clay. The air around it smelled of palm oil and blood from old sacrifice. The oracle priest came out, his body painted in chalk, his eyes deep like a man who had seen the other world. He lifted his staff and shouted, "Spirit of our fathers, open your ears, speak through me, tell us what must be done to cleansing the land." The crowd fell silent. Even the wind stopped moving. The priest shook his staff and threw them on the ground. He bent, looked closely, and gasped. His voice came out sharp. The cause is strong. The king has taken a sacred law. The queen has hidden the truth. The union is an abomination. The land will not heal unless one of them is offered to the gods. Please like my story, subscribe, and comment.